Lost pursuit. Vick with a wide open field, and the pass is incomplete. Mike Rucker finally applied the hit and made Vick hurry his pass. He was trying to get it to Jenkins at the goal line.
Yeah, Mike Vick, he runs right into Mike Rucker, and you think the guy keeps his eyes around and looks for the defense, but look at him. He never sees Rucker coming and throws the ball, and Rucker just unloads on him. Watch at the end right here. Mike Vick never sees Rucker, and those are the kind of shots that they can't allow Mike Vick to take.
Well, this is Michael Vick being Michael Vick for sure. On the run, for better or for worse. They just get the playoff, and the pass is complete inside the 10-yard line. Roddy White's first reception of the ball game. And that's going to bring on the field goal unit for Atlanta.
And that's right where the Panthers wanted him to throw the ball. Ken Lucas was playing off coverage there, forcing that ball to be thrown short, so now they can come up and rally and make the stop and force a field goal attempt.
This will be from 25 yards away. Kanan has missed one today already. So their triple threat punter has already punted and kicked. Kanan will try to tie it here. And with 1:21 left in the first quarter, the Falcons are on the scoreboard. Early in Carolina tied at 3.
Need a quick and tasty snack.
With its unique blend of spices, just a splash of Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce deliciously transforms cheese on toast, and it really boosts the flavor of a baked potato and cheese. Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce for the ultimate snack.
From Detroit, Michigan, the Seahawks are set to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers in Super Bowl 40.
Third and goal at the 1. A bootleg left, and Ben dives for the goal line. It's a touchdown, Pittsburgh! And they hand it to Willie Parker. Finds a lane. He's on his way. Look out. Foot race 45-50. Willie Parker 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. 75 yards.
Play fake. Matt looks, a lot of time. Throws to the right side. Got a man wide open. Touchdown, Jeremy Stevens. Steelers lead 14-10. The quick pitch, and here comes a reverse. Randall L has got a reverse. He wants to throw. He does down the far right side. He's got a man one wide open.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh! And that's your ball game.
Back in Carolina, Jay Glazer on the sideline. Somebody not on the sideline right now is Patrick Kearney, Pro Bowl defensive end for the Falcons. Guys, he was taken into the locker room to have his left triceps retaped. Recently, Kearney had some chips taken out of that elbow. He's having some problems. I'm sorry, it's the right elbow. Having some problems with that elbow. They took him in to retape it. He is returned to questionable. Back to you guys.
Jay, thanks, and that would certainly be a huge loss for Jim Moore. He has not been without Patrick Kearney for his coaching tenure here. In fact, Kearney has not missed a start in 6 consecutive seasons.
And that's big because with Abraham on the other side, they had probably the 2 best pass rushing ends in the conference.
D'Angelo Williams returns the kick across the 25. A reminder, this week on Fox Saturday Baseball, most of you will see the Red Sox and Yankees continue their storied rivalry. Some will see the White Sox take on Oakland in a possible playoff preview. What kind of damage can the Big Hurt do against his former employer? Coverage begins at 1 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Fox. We're going to see a lot of Chauncey Davis this afternoon if, in fact, Patrick Kearney cannot continue. So 1st and 10 for DeLome and the Carolina offensive unit. And it's to Deshaun Foster around the corner and very close to a first down for Carolina before being tackled by Michael Boley and Lawyer Malloy. A gain of 9 on the play.
Evan Mathis, the right guard, does a good job of pulling and leading Deshaun Foster on this outside play. Mathis getting his first start, taking over for Tutin Reyes, who they got rid of, who was the starter last year. And that was one of the question marks. Could they run the ball with Mathis and Hartwig inside, those two new offensive linemen?
So 2nd and 1 now. And the hand is again to Deshaun Foster. He lost a yard or two here. Demario Williams got into the backfield quickly, the third-year pro out of Nebraska. Deshaun Foster's 2 biggest games of the year in 2005 both came against Atlanta. And in fact, in the 05 finale, the game we've talked about a couple of times already, carried for 165 yards. This year, as you mentioned earlier, JC, this is his gig.
This is for the first time in his career, and he's a big play guy. Coach Fox told us that when he's healthy, he's one of the best guys in the league. The question is, can he stay healthy?
That's the end of the first quarter with the score tied 3 apiece. Fox NFL Sunday will return after these messages and a word from your local Fox station.
Call and text your T-Mobile mates more, so you won't miss a thing. One great rate on pay-as-you-go. Mates rates from T-Mobile.
As well as being a thirst-quenching soft drink,
Yes, that's right, Dave.
a Sprite is also a sort of goblin. This Sprite is not so refreshing at a festival. And it definitely hasn't got any taste. Try new Sprite Z. Great Sprite taste, 0 added sugar.
This September, the NASN Viewer's Choice is giving you the chance to choose which top game you want to see NASN broadcast on Tuesday, September 12th, late night at 1. Choose between Game 1, Padres versus Reds, Game 2, Rangers versus Tigers, and Game 3, Royals versus Indians. To vote, simply log on to NASN.com and choose the game you want to watch, and tune in on Tuesday, September 12th to see the winning game live. The NASN Viewer's Choice.
The start of the second quarter from Charlotte. Back with J.C. Pearson, Matt Vasgersian, and a 3-3 tie through the first quarter. The hand is to Deshaun Foster, who scrambles for a gain of 3 before Keith Brooking can make the tackle. A couple of field goals early in this one. And so far, Atlanta has held onto the football a lot longer than Carolina. Time of possession rather skewed in the first quarter.
You know, we talked about the running game of the Panthers and those two inside linemen, but look at Brad Hoover. He just comes off right there, just lays out Rod Coleman, and he's as big a part of this Panther running attack as any lineman they have.
On 3rd and 6 now, Deshaun Foster's initial carry on this drive was good for a first down. He's trying to get around the corner with no such luck. John Abraham, man, does he move around. D'Angelo Hall was also in on the stop, and there's a great example of where Jim Mora thinks the Atlanta defense is so much better.
Well, they have so much speed out there on defense, and then they bring in Abraham. You see him right here on the edge. He's just going to keep working. He's going to run Deshaun Foster down from the backside. Deshaun Foster has to know that with this defense, you've got to take it one jab step and get up the field, because if not, they're just too fast. You're not going to beat them around the corner.
So the punting unit on for Carolina. Jason Baker deep. His first year in Carolina yielded a career best net punting average last year. Allen Rossum backing up to receive the punt at the 5. And he'll make a little something out of that field position as he gets it up to the 17-yard line of Atlanta. Vic and the Falcons back onto the field in the second quarter.
Hi,
Hi, you're watching NASN, the home of North American sports. Did you know NASN also has at their online shop the widest range of authentic North American sports merchandise around? NASNEurope.com for the biggest brands in sports merchandising. Now, it's my pleasure to bring to you a very special baseball product from First Base International. It's for the kid, and the kid in you are these fabulous bat and ball sets with logos of your favourite Major League Baseball teams. And what I really enjoy about these is the amazing wood look. Amazingly, it's actually made of foam. Enjoy the squishy, fun feel of this officially MLB licensed bat at the beach, at the park. It doesn't matter, anywhere. And the big bonus, the kids won't be able to bust up the table and you won't be able to smash up office equipment, no matter how hard you try. It's the perfect gift. Oh, and just a reminder, you can buy these First Base International products and more at NASNEurope.com.
The celebration for the Seahawks, 30 years in the making. The best team in the National Football Conference. Matt's got time. Lays it up over the top, has a man wide open. DJ Hackett, touchdown, and they are going nuts at Quest Field.
This guy is something else.
Up for grabs. Ball is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. The Seahawks made that look easy. Seattle, you've waited 3 decades. We're all going to the Super Bowl.
Welcome back to Bank of America Stadium. A 3-3 tie. Second quarter just underway. And as we talked about earlier, Atlanta has held onto the football a lot longer than the Panthers. This is something that was not indicative of the Panthers' success a year ago. Vick making a lot happen early as expected. The hand here is to Warrick Dunn. Tackle made by the right end, Mike Rucker. A gain of a couple.
The reason why they've been able to control the ball and win that time of possession battle, man, is because they mixed up their plays and they've gotten their running game going a little better than Carolina's. They had 50 yards rushing after the first quarter, and they've mixed it up, obviously, with Mike Vick creating with his legs and making some big plays, and then also they got Warrick Dunn a couple big carries.
Offensive coordinator Greg Knapp told us they're certainly looking for a way to indoctrinate their young receivers into the ballgame. There's one of them, Michael Jenkins, up ahead for a big gainer at midfield before being upended by Mike Minner. A gain of 32 on the play.
And this is why I don't understand why he gets criticized for not being able to stand in the pocket and throw the ball. He does it perfectly, and you can see they're playing cover 2, and here comes Jenkins. He runs that deep in route. They suck Dan Morgan up, and now they run that in route behind those linebackers. But Michael Vick did a great job standing in the pocket, looking the safeties off, and then coming back down the middle of the field.
So many of Michael Jenkins' receptions came for first down last year. That was a big gainer. Vick takes a hit in the backfield. Mike Minner came on from safety and laid out Michael Vick. The pass is incomplete. Let's check in with Chris Rose in Los Angeles for a game break.
All right, Matt, everybody in Carolina and Atlanta knows that the Bucs are the defending NFC South champs, but struggling early against Baltimore, down 7-zip. Sorry, make it 14. Chris McAllister heisting one from Chris Sims, returning at 60 yards. The 4th INT return to the end zone by McAllister in his career. They're up 14-0. Back to Matt and JC.
Chris, thanks. And boy, the NFC South is really going to assert itself quickly here in this NFL season. A lot of head-to-head in the South in the first 3 weeks. A reverse direction by the rookie ball carrier, Jarius Norwood. Dan Morgan with the stop.
And you can see, Matt, why they really like this young kid, Jarius Norwood. He's got so much speed and quickness. This play's a broken play. He doesn't even run where he's supposed to go. That play's supposed to go to the right, and he just brings it back to the left. And Mike Vick just gets him a little Olay block there, but you can see the speed of Norwood. He turns a broken play, or what would have been maybe a loss, into a big gain and a first down.
Jim Mora told us yesterday they want to get the rookie 7-8 touches here in this opener. He had the fastest time by a running back at the combine. Vick in the air again, and he overthrows Algie Crumpler, who was wide open.
Now that's one that got away from him, one that he's got to make. And you know that he knows that. He grabs his head after the play, and Algie Crumpler just comes wide open. You can see he doesn't have any pressure, and this is an easy throw. You got to make that throw to Algie Crumpler. He's a big guy. It's hard to miss him. And look at the reaction by Vick. He knows that he made a mistake and let one get away from him there.
Ashley Lalee, the ex-Bronco, has checked in on the far side. On 2nd and 10, the hand is to Dunn. A lot of running room and a first down for Atlanta. Tackled by Ken Lucas after another big Falcon game.
And watch the influence. Algie Crumpler comes in motion, and he stops as though he's going to be the lead blocker on one side right here. And then Warwick gets the ball, and he immediately cuts it backside. Warwick right there immediately cuts it backside. The front side flows because they see Algie Crumpler over there thinking the ball's going to go there and give up a big run.
A gain of 21 by the three-time Pro Bowler. And another Atlanta first down. 1st and 10 from the Carolina 18 rather. The hand here is to Jarius Norwood, who scrambles for a pickup of maybe 2. Jarius Norwood, JC, won himself a roster spot if he hadn't already, with a 62-yard run in an exhibition game during the preseason. They're really quietly very excited about this young runner.
Well, you can see why, because he's so explosive. The problem that they have with him is making sure he knows what to do. Whenever you're a rookie, especially at the running back position, you got to know exactly what to do, especially in pass protection. That's where most young running backs struggle, is knowing who to pick up in pass protection.
Dunn comes back in the game. He takes the pitch and is hit near the line of scrimmage and taken out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Sean Williams, again, the ex-Giant, has been busy this afternoon.
He has been busy, and that's why they brought him in here. They needed another playmaking safety, a guy that can run sideline to sideline, but is physical enough to step up and make those plays. And we've seen Sean Williams do that a couple of times already. And as I said earlier, this team was built kind of to combat the speed of the Atlanta Falcons, and over the last couple of years they've continued to add speed to this defense, and now they feel like they can match up in all areas.
A great balanced attack so far for Atlanta. 88 on the ground, 66 yards in the air. On 3rd and 7, Vick out of the shotgun, looking into the corner of the end zone, and the pass is incomplete. Tried to get it to Roddy White.
And that's a ball that Roddy White has got to catch. He's a young guy developing. He's got to make that play. He comes out of his break, and he doesn't come out of his break quick enough. You're going to see him up here. He's going to come down and run that out route. You see, he's got to explode out of that cut. You see how he kind of just turns around. If he explodes out, that ball is right on the money. And that's part of being a young speed receiver. You got to understand how to get in and out of those breaks.
32-yard attempt by Michael Kanan is good, and the Atlanta Falcons, on a couple of Kanan field goals, have taken a 6-3 lead in Carolina.
Nurofen. Fast, targeted relief for pain.
Freedom for backs. New heat patches from Nurofen.
Is this the help desk?
Yes, sir.
I need help with this.
What is it?
It's my invention.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing.
So what's the problem?
Everyone's going to want one.
I see.
My company's small. This is huge.
You need to grow fast.
Exactly.
Can I see it?
Have a look.
Whoa.
Help desk.
Live college football returns to NASN, and we've got an exclusive triple header. Starting with the ACC as the Blue Devils head to Virginia Tech to raise hell against the Hokies. Then it's an SEC double with LSU and Auburn in a catfight. Finally, the Gators go to Tennessee to snap at the Volunteers' heels for a victory. live college football triple header Saturday from 6 only on NASN.
It's been the play calling and scrambling abilities of Michael Vick and the very capable foot and leg of Michael Kanan with a couple of field goals. He's 2 for 3 on the day, and both of the Atlanta red zone trips have resulted in Kanan 3-pointers. So he's set to kick things away for the Falcons here in the second quarter. Michael Kanan's going to be busy this year, and it was one of those training camp decisions that Jim Moreeeee made to give him 3 jobs and clear out some roster space elsewhere. Kick is away. The rookie D'Angelo Williams. Williams around the outside and still on his feet. Kanan makes the tackle at the 25. Well, look at Michael Kanan. Kicker, punter, field goal guy, and safety.
Coach! Our possessions. Is this what we have become? Do they now possess us? We carry them wheresoe'er we travel, about our persons but also in our hearts, as sparkling trinkets for the jaded soul, ready to amuse us at but one moment's notice.
Oh, do be quiet. The Renault Modus. The mini MPV with a clever little boot chute.
Hi, I'm Torrey Hunt of the Minnesota Twins. Watch live Major League Baseball all season long on NASN, Europe's #1 channel for Major League Baseball.
The last time there was a triple threat kicker in the NFL, you've got to go back to the Ray Malavasi coached 1981 LA Rams when Frank Corral did all 3 jobs. He was the busiest guy in the NFL back in 1981, and we haven't seen a guy do 3 jobs in that capacity since. Michael Kanan of these Atlanta Falcons is busy at work trying to do his best Frank Corral 1981.
Yeah, well, he's earning his money, and you got to come out early and you got to warm up and you got to do all those things, not only in one area, but you got to kick off and punt and everything.
Deshaun Foster on 1st and 10 up to the 30-yard line on the handoff. And, you know, if you got one guy doing all 3 jobs, there are going to be backups, right?
Yeah, it has, but you can see Kanan's got to come out. He's got to take some punts and warm up there, and he's got to take some kicks and some field goals. So he's busy, but you got to have a backup, and the backup punter is Jonathan Babineau. He'd be the biggest punter in the world, and there's the backup kicker, Amari Lowe. I guess he takes a little more of a run up there, like a sprinter type deal. But, you know, the problem you have there is those guys haven't kicked since high school, and Kanan has got to stay healthy, and that's a big risk that Atlanta and Jim Moore is taking, and they're hoping that Kanan can stay healthy.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard pickup by Deshaun Foster. Here's Foster again on the handoff. And tackled after a gain of only a couple. Keith Brooking and John Abraham creating the mayhem for Atlanta.
You know, going back to Michael Kanan, you got to think at some point there's going to be somebody that's going to take a shot at the guy and see if they can get him out of the game. And you would think a 15-yard penalty would be worth getting the kicker, the punter, and the field goal kicker out of the game, all in one play.
Yeah, we almost saw it earlier when Maake Kemoeatu came in late after a punt. Certainly nothing intentional there on Maake's part. A gain of only a couple on that last hand. Williams in the backfield now, and the pass is complete to Brad Hoover. He is met upon catch by the veteran Pro Bowler Lawyer Milloy.
What a tackle there by Lawyer Milloy, and he was a huge pickup for Atlanta. Jimmy Moore just could not stop raving about Lawyer Milloy and what he brings to this defense, and said he brings a toughness, he brings an attitude, a nasty attitude, and on the field and in practice, he's not a nice guy, and he loves that. Off the field, he's a good guy. When you get between the lines, you've got to be nasty, you've got to be tough, and that's what this defense needed.
The ex-Bronco Jason Baker on for the punt, and he gets away a big one. Allen Rossum back at the 15-yard line for Atlanta. He makes one man miss and is finally pushed out of bounds by Nick Goings at the 25. 52-yard punt and a 13-yard return. We're back at 6-3 Atlanta.
TV Digital ist da. 14 Tage volles Programm. Top-Übersichtlichkeit im großen Format. Neu und einzigartig in Deutschland. Komplett mit allen Programmen von Kabel Digital Home. Plus ARD, RTL, Pro7 und Co. in einem Heft. Alle 31 Kabel Deutschland Programme mit Bewertung und allen Sendeterminen. Bestellen Sie jetzt Ihr Abo unter 080 5 99 77 44. TV Digital. Das ist die Zukunft.
When you have a cold sore, don't hide away. Fight the virus that causes cold sores with Zavirax Cold Sore Cream. With its antiviral formula, it can cut healing time by up to half. Zavirax, nothing works faster. Pick it up in store now.
I'm mic'd up.
You're mic'd up?
Oh, yeah.
Let's have some fun tonight.
One big drive, guys.
Let's go win the game, okay?
I right tight. Z left slot.
Hop to dot right slot, long spear. On one.
He broke a run. I got him.
No way, no way. I got him.
Caught by Horn on a leaping grab a yard deep. Good catch. Woo! It's better than Desperate Housewives.
6:53 left in the second quarter here in week one. There have been a lot of Atlanta offensive plays run. In fact, Atlanta's moved the ball quite well. They only have a 3-point lead to show for their efforts, however. And the Falcons begin this possession at their 27-yard line. Jarius Norwood in the backfield with Mike Vick. And the hand is to the rookie from Mississippi State. Up ahead for another big run and another Atlanta first down. A gain of 16 before Sean Williams could make his 7th tackle of the game already.
And we talked about how fast he is, but look how strong he is. He just cuts back right here, and they're taught just to make one cut and get up the field, and then he just runs through Chris Gamble there, and Sean Williams has to drag him down. But look at the young guy, just cuts backside, explodes through the hole, and you know that's one thing the young guys give you. They give you a lot of energy, and especially opening day.
Atlanta already over 100 yards on the ground. This is Norwood again. Let's go to Chris Rose and a Los Angeles game break.
All right, Matt, down in Houston, Donovan McNabb back after missing the final 7 games with that sports hernia last season, but finding his newest acquisition, Dante Stallworth, from 42 yards out. We're tied at 7, but the Texans are threatening. Back to Matt and JC in Carolina.
Chris, thanks. Dante Stallworth came out of this division, the NFC South. Maybe he's what was lacking last year in Philadelphia.
Yeah, T.O. who?
Vic to pass on first down, and the reception is made by Algie Crumpler, who shakes a tackler and sneaks ahead for another couple of yards. He got away from Sean Williams there.
Yeah.
As Ken Lucas finally applied the hit.
Yeah, and I don't know if you're 260 pounds, if you can shake a guy too much. He just ran right through the arm tackle of Sean Williams. Algie Crumpler, one of the best tight ends in the league, and led this team for the last 2 years in catches and in yardage and in touchdowns. And that's one of the problems. Even as great as he is, they've got to find somebody outside that can make some production for him, because what's the last team that won the Super Bowl with their tight end being the leading receiver?
Jarius Norwood in the backfield with Vick. He lets it go, going up top for the corner of the end zone, incomplete. Roddy White was working on Chris Gamble there. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Let's check in with Jay Glazer.
Well, guys, the Falcons have been without one of their Pro Bowlers and Patrick Kearney. Now in this series, the Panthers are without one of their Pro Bowlers and Pro Bowl middle linebacker Dan Morgan. The team is saying that he's shaken up. He's standing on the sideline. Obviously, we know he's had some problems with concussions in the past. And I'm sure as a result, the team will be more careful with him than maybe some other players. Back to you.
Jay, thanks. That's been a problem for Dan Morgan, just trying to stay on the field. He has yet to start 16 games through his very good career here in Carolina. The hand this time again to Jarius Norwood. Well, that's going to really create problems up the middle if Carolina is without Dan Morgan this early in the season, JC.
And we talked about that a little earlier in the game. The guy has to stay healthy, and he's had a problem doing that. And one thing he tried to do this year is he bought a hyperbaric chamber, brought that thing to training camp, and he sleeps in it every day, at least an hour, and that oxygen is supposed to help him heal. And it's good for muscle strains and bumps and bruises, but I don't think it does too much for concussions.
Taking all kinds of grief from his teammates, too, for pulling a Michael Jackson.
Yeah, need to get some more padding on his helmet, maybe.
A big 3rd and 7 coming for Vick in Atlanta. Michaels on the run. Very close to a first down before being knocked out of bounds. And we've got a flag on the play as well. Did Mike take another late hit? But Carolina, again, the least penalized team in the NFL last year. They've already been flagged 4, now 5 times today.
And Mike Vick has to know that when he's running the ball, they're going to take shots on him. And actually, they don't call the late hit.
That's on the Falcons.
Mike Vick there politicking for the late hit call. And it could have been called. It looked like he was out of bounds and still took a shot over there.
Illegal block in the back, 61 offense. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
They get the left guard, Matt Lear. That's the first Atlanta penalty of the ball game.
And you know, when we talked to Wayne Gandy, the offensive tackle that came over from the New Orleans Saints yesterday, he said that his advice to Michael Vick is get out of bounds as soon as you can and when you get to the side, because coming from an opposing team, especially in the South, he said that their defense and all these defenses are taught that when you can get a shot on Michael Vick and get him out of the game, you've got to take that shot. And he told Mike Vick, you got to start getting out of bounds and be much smarter.
This will be a 50-yard try by Kanan, and Carolina got a piece of it. No good. Atlanta's kicking game 2 for 4 in field goal tries this afternoon. And though they've had the ball all afternoon, they still lead by only 3.
You're going to see coming off the edge at the top and right through the middle. Looked like it could have been Julius Peppers, number 96. You're going to see coming off the left side there. A lot of penetration, a lot of white jerseys in the backfield. And that ball gets tipped.
So great starting field position for Delhomme. In fact, Carolina's best starting field position of the afternoon. They take over on their 40-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half. Oh, look out. He got away from John Abraham, and there's the deep ball for Kerry Colbert, broken up. Jake threw it into double coverage.
Yeah, not a good throw that time by Jake Delhomme. He got some pressure and just panicked a little bit and just threw the ball downfield into double coverage. But John Abraham on Wharton at the top. Abraham is just going to beat him with speed. You can see he just comes right around the corner and almost chops that ball out of Delhomme's hands. You can see he told us yesterday when we talked to him, he said, hey, Wharton's in a world of trouble. If they try to single block me and let us go one-on-one, I'm going to eat them up all day. And that time he almost came up with a big play.
So much for Gamecock kinship this afternoon. There is no such animal out there on that side of the line. This is Deshaun Foster now across the 45, tackled at the 47-yard line. We remind you, stay with us for the late game of the doubleheader on Fox. Some of you will see the Cowboys at the Jaguars. The pregame show guides were live and are live in Jacksonville as we speak. Others will see the oldest rivalry in the NFL, the Bears and the Packers. And Travell Wharton, the aforementioned left tackle and Gamecock alum, is down. Timeout on the field. Atlanta up by 3.
Now you can get all your best loved country hits together in the Time Life Classic Country Collection.